From days of long ago, from uncharted regions of the universe,
robots in disguise.
Assemble.
Hey, we are canceling the apocalypse!
Hey, greetings and salutations. Just testing the computer. Wow, this webcam is a lot better than the old one. I can already tell. I see a world of difference. You can almost make out Cyclops back here. I mean, that's a lot. That's an improvement. Wow. Hey, how you guys doing? Mostly this is a test of the computer. God, I need a haircut. Look at me. And I need to shave. I haven't shaved since lockdown. Because I don't have to. I mean, it's that simple. I don't have to. I don't get a full beard. I do the 5 o'clock shadow thing. But anyway, I didn't announce this live. I was just kind of saying, "Oh, I need to test this computer and see what it does." And my gosh, it looks pretty freaking awesome. Grandhead Jim, if you see this, thank you so much for helping me pick this out. He gave me a little advice on what to pick out, and I really appreciate him for it. And, I want to thank him, and I'll be sure to, if you stumble across me, be sure to look at his channel. It's a really cool channel. Anyway, today is, of course, World Down Syndrome Day. Um, our friend Mython the Python put a really nice Instagram post up, and I wanted to share it with you. You can see it for yourself if you go to his Instagram, Mython the Python. But I was really floored by this. I'm going to try to read it without shedding a tear. I did it a minute ago. Okay. But it was just so nice of him to mention this and mention my daughter in the same breath. Um, but my phone wrote Robert from Robert Infinite's Realms called on his viewers a couple of days ago to honor his baby girl for World Down Syndrome Day. I am doing exactly that. Today I am rocking a super colorful, fun see-through PO sock with my other work sock. Every year on March 21st, people all around the world come together to celebrate World Down Syndrome Day by wearing mismatched socks. March 21st is symbolic because people with Down syndrome have three copies of their 21st chromosome. Socks were chosen because the karyotype of DS chromosomes actually looks like mismatched socks. Join Robert in celebrating World Down Syndrome Day. Together, we will represent a single global voice advocating the rights inclusion, and well-being of people with Down syndrome in our schools, community, and around the world. 321 World is World Down Syndrome Day. Was selected to signify the uniqueness of triplification trisomy of the 21st chromosome Down syndrome. I was so touched, honestly, that Mython. Uh, I'm trying not to, man. I'm so touched that Mython made that post. To be honest, it's been tough. I mean, it's been tough raising a kid with Down syndrome, and we one thing we don't talk about, and I'm going to talk about it now, and maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. Maybe it's too personal. Um, when my wife was pregnant, we thought she had a miscarriage. Uh, Something happened. We rushed her to the hospital, and it was not a miscarriage, thank God. And 3 days later, we get the test results that say she has Down syndrome, and we're like, we're really floored. Um, and the doctors, who did not have a great bedside manner, started talking about, well, do you want to terminate the pregnancy? And it's like, not the thing to say to people 2 days after you have a situation like that. Not the thing to say. We were, it was tough. Later, you know, I kind of hope they were wrong. I'll be honest. Sometimes tests come in and they're wrong. They weren't. We knew it instantly when she was born. And I went through about a beating myself up over it because, I don't know where her quality of life is going to be. And I feel like it's my fault. That simple. I got over that, but I did that for a while. I just really beat myself up. And but I got over it, thankfully. And a day like today, it's really cool because my little girl. And yes, if you look at my profile on all my social media, I've got my little girl on my Facebook and my Instagram right now. Um, Really cute picture of her. She's just doing her thing, and and then also in my YouTube channel, we have that picture of her. She was about 3 at this point, and I bought the Captain America shield, my Captain America shield, just to make that picture because I found a nice little Captain America shield for her, and she had a Captain America outfit, and we just wanted to uh, do that picture. And it's fun. My wife lets me use it because I poster it up a little bit. You know. Anyway, enough of that. I'm getting emotional. Okay, but I didn't want this just to be a stream like oh well, let me talk about these little personal details. Let's get some geekiness going on. But again, I want to say thank you so much, Mike. That was so nice of you. And when I saw it, I teared up. I showed it to my wife. She teared up. And we both appreciate it so much that you would just mention my kid. It's really great. Mython is really one of the best ones out there. I mean, we talk about how the toy community is grumpy and fight, and we do all the time. But Mython has proven to be one of the nicest people. I, I mean, he's genuine, he's real, and he's cool. So, wanted to talk a little bit about the X-Men '97 show that premiered. Talk about getting toxic. Okay, so a couple of things. When the music comes up on the new show, you can tell it's not the you can tell it's altered, very much altered. Is that a bad thing? I mean, to me, it sounds like one of those. You used to get those records back in the early '80s, very early '80s. I'm talking like '80, and it would have like the Star Wars theme, an Indiana Jones theme, or something like that. but you heard him and you knew it wasn't right. It wasn't the one you heard in the movie. It was definitely a cover. Best way to describe it, a cover. And that's the first thing I thought when I heard that X Men music. I was like, what? Now, what I'm confused about, and I think the show needs to explain, Professor X left Earth at the end of the series. This makes it sound like the world believes that Professor X is dead. They need to explain, is that the case, or did he actually die? Because they're blaming Henry Gyrick. Yeah, that's what happened in the cartoon. So I think they need to explain that one. Otherwise, it's not going to hold any weight. Um, the first part of the series, oh, and the debates on Rogue's booty, that one. I got to say, I think definition in general is off in that animation. I think there's a lot less definition of everybody, men and women. I noticed it heavily. They just don't seem to have as much definition, for lack of a better term. It's both. It's everybody. It's the females and the males. So I'm wondering if that's just the animation style. I can say I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't up close. It looks all right, but when they get a little bit of distance, yeah, something happens. Um, it's weird, and I don't like it. So I will say that. I mean, it wasn't too many times, but it was jarring a couple of times. I go, wait a minute, that's not how a person looks. Uh, a lot of people were like, oh boy, X Men are back on, and they were like, oh, I felt like a kid again. And okay, you remember berries, yeah. Me, I'm kind of looking at this as a sequel to the original series. The voice acting is pretty good. Some voices are obviously different. That's all right. It doesn't have to be exact. We don't. There's one or two voice actors that we don't have anymore, unfortunately. So I mean that has to come with the territory. Why they're changing up Wolverine's voice, I don't know. I know he got older, but no, there was this thing about they wanted him to sound like Charles Bronson, and I didn't quite understand that. So let that go. The first episode though, there were some there were some good parts, but there were some issues too. They go at why are they rebuilding Master Mold for one thing? After Master Mold rebelled and wanted to replace Senator Kelly's head with a computer, that didn't make any sense to me. And I thought at the end Trask was like, okay, Master Mold's not such a good idea. Apparently he still thinks it is, but it doesn't explain how. Now the actual sequence when the Sentinels come up and start fighting. I mean, it kind of obviously they're trying to make it look like a zombie thing, and it was okay. I mean, at first I was kind of like, "Ah, you got to be kidding me," and then after a bit, I kind of got, "Okay, this is all right." I can dig it, and the let's face it, the action for the most part was really good. One thing that kind of got me too, and I need to go back and rewatch X Men the animated series. I don't remember Morph being able to emulate the powers of people. I might be wrong on that. I need to go back and check because I can kind of see getting wings and flying, but there were a couple of times in this show it was like, wait a minute, can he really do that? Can he be strong as Colossus and be as agile as Psylocke? And yeah, I mean, I don't know. I have to go back and rewatch the animated series to see if that's how that happened. I don't remember it being that way. And for the most part, I think the acting was good. I think they're trying some things. I mean, I don't want to say it was too good. I mean, m- there were some good parts though. The fight in the with the Sentinels. Now again, I am looking at it going, wait a minute. When Gambit charges up Wolverine's claws, and then Wolverine smashes into him and explodes. Wolverine's whole freaking skeleton should have exploded. And I know people said, "Well, it's adamantium; it's indestructible." It's like, well, no, it's not. Nothing's indestructible. You just got to know what to do with it. I just about guarantee you throw adamantium into the center of the sun, it's not going to last. And you know, plus exploding is exploding. It doesn't matter, especially with the way Gambit's powers work. It just take him longer to charge it, which it did not do. So it's like doesn't make any sense. Shouldn't have done that. I can remember when Gambit charged the train. It took him a lot longer, but he charged a train. So yeah, and the train didn't survive. So there's a little bit of that too. And the second episode, they were working hard to do the trial Magneto from X-Men 300, and I mean they worked a little too hard on it. Uh, I liked some parts and hated some. I thought Executioner was a little bit. I mean, I don't remember him being that powerful in the comic. I mean, the Punisher could take him down. So I mean, Cyclops shouldn't have had a problem with him. I don't ever remember Cyclops having a problem with him. So, and then again, I've only read a couple of appearances with him. So, long day. Sorry. Mm. So there's that. Um, Now I did like a when Jean walks out of the room and says he's coming, and Wolverine pops the claw and says, "Who? Apocalypse?" And she just looks at him with that look that only a pregnant woman can look at a guy and go, "The baby." And he's like, "Oh crap!" Funny. That was a good one. That was excellently planned and timed. I loved it. Uh, it's the other one was, and it's you know I don't. People have said they like this line, but I don't think they understand why. Um, or what? No one understand why they like it. I don't understand what was being said because when Magneto's up, carries everyone up, and they sit, giving them a view of the world and everything. He says, "I'm trying very hard to be better. Don't make me disappoint you." And a lot of people are like, "Ooh, that's cool. It's a warning." And it's like, no, it's it is and it isn't. It's got multiple meanings. It's like he's also saying, if I screw up, it's your fault. It's like that gives him an out. I mean, I recognize it. It's that arrogant behavior, and I liked it. I mean, I thought it was a good line, but I don't think anybody caught that from it. Was like, yeah, Magneto would blame his failures on everybody else. So, you know, that was cool. Uh, I think the end is obviously going to be um, Madeline is the Gene that we've been looking at, and Gene's been somewhere else, possibly when possibly the Phoenix Force, like in the comic, possibly something else. But yeah, she's not going to be the Gene at the door. I think is Gene. That's what I'm saying. I think Madeline is the pregnant Gene that just delivered the baby, and to me that makes perfect sense. And also kind of gives you an idea of what that vision was initially, and we'll see how that unfolds, and of course, that Gene will be the Goblin Queen. So there you are. But we'll see how that unfolds. But that one seems to make the most logical sense to me because also Goblin Queen came with the baby. Jean did. We're looking at the toys here. Marketing. Come on. You want to put the baby with the mama. Also, Invincible. Wow. Invincible has been excellent. I am floored by how good it's been. And it continues. It continues to be good. Rex, how did he survive that brain injury? I don't know. Uh, um, yeah, it's been just and Shrinking Ray somehow survived. I don't know how. And yeah, there were some moments there, and it was good. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Um, yeah, it doesn't fail to deliver. I really like how some of that, how that show delivers really well. It's violent, but you know what? It's also really good. So there's that, and um, it's following enough of the comic that it's like a nice adaptation, but they're doing it a little bit different here and there. So I like that too. All right. Yeah, so I didn't want this all to be just. I'm really just testing the computer, and rambling. Um, so I have not. I literally have just set this computer up today. I've not even put anything on it yet. I logged into StreamYard. I logged into my email, logged into StreamYard. That's all I've done. Uh, oh, I take that back. I logged into YouTube as well. But I've literally done nothing on this computer other than that, and tested the webcam and did a couple other things. But uh, we're looking right here in the floor is my old computer. I have not tried to get anything off of it yet. It took me forever to find my jump drive. I finally found it like an hour ago while I was working, and little tepid about even trying, to be perfectly honest. But at the same time, I know I'm gonna stand to lose a lot of work, and that's gonna hurt. But at the same time, it's kind of like, you know, some of it wasn't. I mean, I don't know. I was wearing a little bit because like Valkyrie here. Wow, that is so much better. Look, whoa, wow, you can actually see. Anyway, I got Valkyrie. I filmed her, and I got her a couple weeks ago. I filmed her, but I got her back out because I'm like, I'm gonna have to refilm that. And I was thinking about it. And I'm like, like sometimes I'll set them up and I'll be like filming. I'm like, oh, I need to say this in the video, and then I come back and do the ADR, and it's like I forgot what I was gonna say. Um, so yeah, that's the other thing is I'm thinking, yeah, maybe maybe this is better anyway because I'll think of what to say as I say it, um, and it won't be as weird when I go, oh, I forgot to say that. But I'm gonna work on a few tonight. Um, just some real quick ones. I've got this whole box over here. I mean, look at this. This is I just grabbed out of the top. I mean, this is. I mean, I got all these to do. There's a box. Oh, it is about 2 foot tall. 2 foot tall, full with figures of various origins and scales. And I mean, I'm just like, yeah, I need to get these done. All right. And it's overflowing. It is really overflowing. So tonight, I'm gonna belt some out. Do the quick and easy kind, and do I'm playing with StreamYard right now, by the way. Remove from stage. Solo layout. Mute. I can mute myself from here. I'm really impressed with this computer. Grindhead Jim, thank you again. I'm so glad you pointed me out to this. Pointed this out to me. Um, yeah, if you guys watch this on the replay, I know Mega Powers are coming up. Um, I will probably catch the replay on them because I'm going to be filming up until about 8 o'clock. So yeah, I'm just going to knock out a bunch today. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being part of the replay squad. Um, remember, mismatch your socks. Oh, I didn't show my socks. Because my feet are fucking ugly. I can still say that because I'm not monetized. But guys, thank you so much. Take care. Um, and have a good one. Catch you on the replay.